My apologies, just the screen shut down, so I'm gonna have to do like this as a two-part. That's not a problem. Okay, let women be women, children gonna be children, and then fathers gonna be fathers, man. You have to mix it all up. So it says, Madhavan, okay, who was visiting her hometown, 60 miles away from the holiday, boarded the bus there that was brimming with women. 1 hour later, she was part of what's reportedly as the largest public gathering of women for gender equality. That doesn't come from them being oppressed. No, look, don't be emotional, man. Okay, this comes off of your brains being messed with by the international banking families. And the proof of that, if you follow the money, if you follow the reasons why you feel how you feel, okay, you're gonna find that the reasons why you feel how you feel, it goes back to the elite banking families, the so-called Rothschilds and this, that, and the third. But these guys, they don't run their household like that. Okay, when you say, okay, George Soros is the runs this and this guy runs that, and this banker funded this. When you check out how their families are run in the traditional sense that the man is the head of the family and the woman is the head of the household. That's how they run their family. So here it is, they're feeding you something that they didn't even buy into. Why? Because when you go into the scriptures, it talks about, when you go into the so-called ideology of the bankers, they're into what's known as order out of chaos, and they're feeding these people a pipe dream. Okay, so that they get into this so-called philosophies of equality, but that equality is gonna mean the destruction of the family structure, man. Okay, so let me get into the scriptures now. I'll start off within the book of Jeremiah. Okay, and I might just finish it there. Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, is it the 51st chapter? I have to remember. Excuse me. Okay, Jeremiah 50 and 6, it says, flee out the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, for iniquities have reached unto heaven. Deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off in our iniquities. All right, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, render unto our recompense. Now, when you go into the scriptures and you go into what's known as biblical prophecy, Babylon is America, and pretty much America has spewed out a lot of garbage into the world out there for the express purpose of causing confusion. And that confusion, as far as the elite bankers are concerned, that confusion is going to lead to them ruling, because they're all about a thing called order out of chaos. So it says, Babylon has been a golden cup within the Lord's hand, and that hath made all of the earth drunken, and they have drunken off the wine, and therefore the nations are mad. Okay, so the nations are going crazy right now, following after the ways of America. And a lot of like I said, it's an emotion thing. It seems like something sensible, but you have to remember the proof is in the pudding. Okay, if you've got children that are all right, okay, you go back 50, 70 years ago, prior to this so-called feminist movement and all of this, and the men and the children that were born are raised in an environment that was apparently oppressive to women, grew up to be okay. What's the problem? I don't see the problem. I'm not talking about you go home and you beat your wife every day, whatever. I'm saying this environment that they're saying is oppressive to women somehow raised the correct children. Okay, what the hell was wrong with that? That means to say, well, you've been fed a pipe dream, man. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. In fact, the scripture even goes to say that their children is gonna be basically the proof of what kind of manner of person that was. Okay, so if you had a traditional society, okay, prior to 70 years ago, 100 years ago, and the people that was being born was inventors and innovators, and the children that are being born now are fucking crazy as all hell, but they ain't been a top inventor in a very long while, huh? Okay, and whenever it's been that case, you've seen that they've come from a traditional background. There might be one or two anomalies, but in most cases, you find these top guys, okay, or top women, okay, but most of the time it's top guys, okay, that are inventors or scientists or top in their class. They come from a balanced household where the man is at the top and the woman is underneath. And balance does mean to say that the man has the 75% stake and the woman has 25% stake. It sounds misogynistic. That's just how the moral side set it up. Proof is in the pudding. Prove me wrong. Okay, point to an individual that grew up outside of that environment and was still successful. And you can't. Okay, the children out here are bugged out, man. But the children of four times, there was the ancient prophets, ancient sailors, ancient inventors that grew up in what this society is calling an oppressive household. Now I wonder, Shalom, Yabashim Yashai Brakatah.